Hello and welcome to Grey Dog FM. My name's Dave, and in today's episode of Leeds Back to the Premier League, we're going to be looking at the transfers up to the end of the window, all the matches since the last game in the last episode, and today's games we are playing Cardiff away, and after the international break, Aston Villa away. Okay, so let's get back up to date then with how the squad is after the transfer window. After the first game, 0-0, and we're not being able to create many chances, I thought about looking for some more creative players to play in the centre of midfield, rather than the workman-like players that we've got. So on the 12th of August, we brought in Vlad Dragomir from Arsenal, a young player, 22 years old, Romanian, 34 caps for Romania, 3 goals. Played in the friendly against us and played quite well, and we were able to pick him up for only, what was the fee again? 650,000, rising to 900,000. So probably one for the future, but maybe get him a few games on the bench. And then a bit later on, we brought in an experienced player from one end of the scale to the other. We got in Jeron Cherry from QPR for 150,000. 33 years old now, but can play right across the midfield, even as a striker or a defensive midfielder. He can play in all those positions, and he's probably got the flair and the passing ability that we need. So we'll see about that. The only other player we brought in was a young player brought in by my youth development manager. Here's a Peter Goodwin from Portsmouth. The board not too happy about that, but not in my hands. He brought him in for 375,000, rising to 700,000 from Portsmouth. 18-year-old centre midfield player. So going out, we got rid of one or two players that we didn't particularly want. Lee Mousset, an extra forward we had, went to Blackburn for 1.3 million on the 27th of August, and on the last day of the transfer window, 2 midfielders went out. Richard Smallwood to Cardiff for 1.2 million. As you'll see shortly, he will be lining up against us, so probably a point to prove, probably get a hat-trick or do something to influence the game. And Izzy Brown, again on the last day, went out to Fulham for 1.6 million. So in the end, at the end of the transfer window, we ended up spending just under 25 million. But I'm very happy with the squad that we've got. Since you were with us, we've also brought in a couple of staff as well. Simon Basie, a coach from Rochdale, on the 15th, and we've also brought in Mark Crossley, the only keeper to save a penalty from Matt Letizia in real life. Is our goalkeeping coach, so we can't go too far wrong there then. And let's have a look at how we've gone on after the first game against QPR. We played in the EFL Cup first round and beat Hartlepool 3-1. It was a bit sticky at first, but we got a few goals towards the end of the game and ran out comfortable winners. Then we played Sheffield Wednesday away, always a tough place to go, and we won 1-0. And then a fantastic result, we played Hull City at home and won 5-0. If we look at that game, and we'll see that Patrick Bamford, 4 goals in the game, and a star performance from him, man of the match performance with a 9.8 rating. And Andreasen, his partner up front, 3 assists and 9.3. So, and the other goal scorer Murphy, 9.3. So we had a really good game there. We really stuck it to Hull City. So it went slightly awry after that. After that, we probably thought we were going to win the league easy. And we went to play Wigan, who were near the bottom. Wigan away, we ended up with a 1-1 draw. We really should have won that game as well. Then we played Millwall in the next round of the EFL Cup. Millwall are in League 1, and we beat them 3-1. And then it was the top of the table clash. The last game we played, 29th of August, Bristol City, they were top of the league, and they beat us 2-1. 2-0 up half time, I think it was, and we got a goal back in the second half, but we just couldn't get the equaliser. So today's games we're playing are Cardiff away and Aston Villa away. Cardiff are, if we just have a look, Cardiff are 17th in the league, and we are currently sitting in 5th, 4 points behind Bristol. So we've won 2 and drawn 2, lost 1. +5 goal difference. So let's get into today's game then and have a look at our team that we're picking today. So the team playing against Cardiff away then, in goal we've got Robin Reuter, back four of Sessignon, Mari, our captain, has just come back in after injury. He's still feeling his way a little bit. He's a captain, and unfortunately Wharton, who played quite well at the beginning of the season, has dropped to the bench. We've got Vallejo, vice captain and star player, and Aylin at right back. In defensive midfield we've got Kirchhoff, a midfield three of Murphy on the left, Thompson, a ball-winning midfielder in the centre, and Dallas on the right, and our star strikers up front. Bamford, the top scorer with 5 so far. Andreasen not hitting the mark quite as well, but he's been making goals. He partners him up front. And on the bench we've got Jonathan DeBee, the goalkeeper, Ryan Fredericks, right back, right midfield, Scott Wharton, left-sided centre-back, midfielders Adam Forshaw, Ewan O'Kane, Tajaron Cherry, the attacking midfielder, and Thierry Ambrose, striker or right-sided midfielder. So quite a balanced bench there. We're playing on control, flexible, and our instructions, we've got a retained possession, play out of defence, look for overlap, and a much deeper defensive line. Okay, so let's get on with the game then. Right, let's continue with the game, and if we notice in the Cardiff lineup we have 2 ex-Leeds players. We've got Smallwood, as mentioned, just moved on the transfer deadline, playing defensive midfield, and up front as their sole striker is Marcus Antonsen. So let's get on with the game. Let's see if we can get nearer to Bristol at the top. So Cardiff get us underway then with a kick-off. Let's see what we can do and get back into winning ways. There we go, there's Kirchhoff winning the ball, and that's the first highlight to Dallas offside. So the team is more or less settled at the moment. Just 1 or 2 changes. As I've said, Pablo Mauri has come in at the back for Wharton, but the rest of the team more or less picks itself at the moment. But I'm sure the rest of the squad will be coming into play during the season, because we've had such a good start. The team has more or less been settled. But not much happening at the moment. No highlights at all. But Stuart Dallas has got a dead leg. Let's have a look, see how bad that is. Potential thigh injury, and 65%. Let's see if we can get him through to half time. Can't be that bad. So nothing much happening. Boring Cardiff stopping us, and they've got an injury as well. De Silva, I noticed in the build-up to the game, checking out the tactics and everything, that he's actually a fullback playing in the wide midfield area there. So looks how Cardiff are setting up. They've not done too much of a good start there, sitting in 17th position. And 0-0 at half time, no actual highlights, so let's see if we can change this then. So 0-0, not much happening in the first half. Andreasen gets us underway for the second half. Give them a turn talking to at half time, see if that makes any difference. See if we can actually get 1 or 2 efforts on goal. If we look at the stats, Cardiff have had 4 shots on target, we've had 1, although not deemed good enough to give us a highlight for them. Possession 50-50, a couple of corners each, and Cardiff 2 yellow cards. We're going to have to up this and get off control onto attacking if nothing much happens, but Cardiff on the attack, and they've taken the lead. De Silva, the injured left back playing on the left wing, has put them in front on the 56th minute, and we'll give it a few minutes to see how things go. Richards to Anderson, Chapman, we're not getting a foot on the ball here, and De Silva puts it in the corner. Keeper's got no chance. We didn't get near enough to them at all, so we'll have to look at the marking there. So we'll give it a few minutes, see if we can create anything. And Antonsen's just gone off. Tom Bradshaw, ex Barnsley player, coming on for them in real life. Aylin getting a yellow card, at least he's getting stuck in. but we aren't doing much. We've just had one shot on target out of their 5. Bamford offside. 73 minutes. Let's make some changes then, and let's have a look. Andreasen 6.4. Midfield doing reasonably well, although Jamie Murphy's poor morale. Let's get Cherry on and see if he can create something. Yeah, let's put him on for Murphy. He's 7, but his morale's poor. And Dallas, how's his injuries? Down to 57%. And let's have Ambrose out on the other wing. Ambrose for Dallas, so 2 subs there. Let's just have a look. Let's make Cherry a wide playmaker on attack, and Ambrose. Let's see how we can Ambrose as a winger. So we have a winger again on attack. So let's see if we can mix things up a bit. So we make those 2 substitutions. See if we can get back in the game. Kirchhoff gets a yellow card. So we've got 2 yellow cards, Kirchhoff and Ayling. And here come the subs then for the last 20 minutes or so. Let's see if Ambrose, we brought him on in a game, I think it was in the Cup against Millwall, and he scored 2 goals in 10 minutes. So let's hope he has a similar effect on this game. But it doesn't look like it. Let's just make our final sub. There's not much happened in this game. Louis Thompson 54%. Let's have a look. Let's bring Adam Forshaw on for Thompson, and we'll give him the advanced playmaker role. So not long left now. Like into the last minute, could be a 2nd successive defeat. Into the last minute, corner in, and yes, we've got an equaliser. 3 minutes, the last minute of injury time, and we've equalised. Vallejo up, and we've equalised in the last minute. So nothing to do with the subs, I don't think. Although it is Sherry that's taking the corner, and Vallejo times his run, keeper's nowhere, into the empty net, and that's 1-1. We've equalised and got out of jail a little bit there. I thought we were going to actually lose the game, but 3rd minute of injury time when the ref had said 2 minutes, so it looks like we're going to get a point out of this game. There's Smallwood, who got a yellow card against us, but the game's still not finished. There it goes, there's the final whistle. So 1-1, and we've got a draw and stopped the rot there of 2 successive defeats. Looking at the stats after the game, it looks like we did actually deserve the draw in the end. 15 shots Cardiff, 14 to us, 5 on target for Cardiff and 4 for us. They shaded the possession. De Silva, their left back, playing in a more forward role, who scored their goal, was the man of the match. So we're currently sitting in 7th place at the moment, but there are 1 or 2 games still to play in this round of games. So here we go with the 2nd game of this episode. It's Villa away, so they're currently sitting in 3rd place in the table. So we've got a tough game coming up, and it's called for a change of tactics. This is the tactic that I intended to play from the start of the season. Going to a back 3, and we've made 4 changes. So Pablo Mari, the captain, has got a slight injury. He's got blisters. He's not played many games recently due to injury, and he must have overdone it. He's got some blisters, so we're resting him. He could have played, but he's not been playing that well, so we're going to give him a rest. So we brought in a young signing, Wharton, Scott Wharton, at the left-sided centre-back. We've also brought in Deli Oshilaja, experienced player. He's going to play in the centre with Vallejo, the right centre-back. In front of them, we've got Kirchhoff, defensive midfield. Sessegnon moves up on the left to wide midfield. It should be winger, actually. It's, winger on support. And Fredericks has come in on the other side, played in the friendlies and did quite well in that position. So with this change of formation, we're bringing Ryan Fredericks in. Thompson keeps his position as a ball-winning midfielder in the centre, and Jaron Sherry comes in. He did well when he came on a sub in the last game to provide a bit more attacking intent in the centre of midfield. We've got Bamford and Andreasen up front. Andreasen's been off the boil with regard to scoring goals recently, but we can't drop him just yet, so he gets another chance. So the lineup then is 3-1-4-2. So we kick off the game 2 points behind Villa. They're in fourth position after their 4-0 win against Sheffield Wednesday. It's going to be a tough game, is this one. Hopefully we can get at least a point, maybe 3, to get back up into the playoff positions. It's early days yet though, and not much happening as yet. And a warning for Cherry there. It could be a tough game this. We're both on going hard, I think. Not a lot happening so far. It came out of the previous game against Cardiff that Vallejo made his 50th appearance since joining Leeds, so that's cost us another 7 million going to Arsenal there, but we can certainly afford it at the moment. Oh, it's a penalty. We've got a penalty, 20 minutes. So who's going to take this? Is it Thompson? I think Thompson's our penalty taker. So this could be a good start. 20 minutes on the clock. Oh, it's Sherry. Sherry's taking a penalty. He's new signing. And he makes no mistake. Puts that in the corner there. So we're 1-0 up after 20 minutes. Sherry making his full debut. Scores from the spot. Let's see that one again. I don't think the keeper had much chance with that. Left-footed. Yeah, top right hand corner. Nowhere near it, the keeper. So certainly a good start. Let's see if we can build on this now. I'm certainly not too unhappy with how we've played so far this season. Results, maybe we could have got a few, well, certainly a win against Wigan earlier on in the season. Here comes Fredericks down the right. It's all us so far. Crosses in. Bamford. Oh, and that's a stop by the keeper. We've got a corner. So 5 shots, 4 on target for us, compared to their 1 shot on target. 53% possession. Here comes Sherry with the corner, and keeper picks that one up, no problem. So Villa lining up with a 4-2-3-1, just the one forward. I always like to play with 2 forwards if possible. So we've got Bamford and Andreasen up there, although Andreasen has been creative recently. He's not hit the net as much as I thought he would do for a 4.5-star player. But he's a young player, so this time. So that's half time, and it's going well so far. 1-0 in front. So Villa get us underway for the second half. If we can extend our lead and get us back, we're currently in 4th position. So we've gone above Villa at the moment. And yellow card there for a Villa player. So what we've had 5 shots on target to their 3. And 2 clear-cut chances, no chances for them. So things going well so far. We're in front. 1 goal from the spot from Sherry. Don't quite know what happened. Someone pushed or something. Yeah. And they just hit the crossbar. So we're living dangerously here. And let's see if we can change and go on to. Oh, we're on counter attacking at the moment. So yeah, let's keep it on counter. Coming back into the game a little bit more Villa, but they've not had any clear-cut chances. 3 half chances. So it's all going well. Just a penalty separating the two teams, and they're making sub. Let's have a look. See if it's coming up to 70-minute mark. Let's see if we can make a change. Andreasen 6.8 is on 66%. Thompson 65 is running out of a bit of steam, but 7. Let's make a change there, just freshen it up a little bit. Let's put Unino Kane on. He's not had any time, but he did play well when he came on a sub in the friendlies. So he's not a ball-winning midfielder. Let's have him as a deep-line playmaker. So we'll make that change. Hopefully I'll just freshen things up in a bit in midfield. We seem to be controlling the game fairly well, although here we go, Villa on a break. Samuel is on his own, and he's on his own, he's shot over the bar. Plenty of cover back there, there didn't seem to be much choice for him but to have a shot there. So Kane comes on, 70 minutes. Villa have made 2 subs now, I think they've made. We've got the possession. We've had the 2 clear-cut chances. We've had 5 shots on target. So coming up to 80, let's see if we can change this again. Andreasen's down to 62%. So let's nobody playing too badly. Let's freshen that up. Let's take Andreasen off. He's not been in goal scoring form recently. Let's put Ambrose on. Bit of pace up front. And we'll make him advance forward. Because Bamford's on the poach. I don't think 2 poachers in a 2-man attack works. So Thierry Ambrose, let's hope he can do what he did in the cup match. He came on in the cup match and scored 2 goals in less than 10 minutes. There's Kirchhoff taking a booking. Let's just have a look. See, he does get quite tired, does Kirchhoff. 67% and on a booking. Although he's playing well at 7.3. Let's bring Adam Forshaw on. As I say, let's keep the midfield fresh. Can Forshaw play as an anchor man? Yes, he can. Let's keep him in the same. Just keep him in the same position. Let's see if we can see this game out. Maybe get one on the break. So about 10 minutes to go. Thierry Ambrose offside. Here we have a highlight. Villa starting off this. Let's hope it's not an equaliser for them. Here's Gooch. Oh, okay, just takes it off him. What a sub. And here's Bamford breaking away. We're making a breakaway. Sessegnon's up with him. You can slip Sessegnon in, but he's lost the ball. Bamford's lost it. It's going end-to-end stuff is this, but we've got plenty of men back there. We seem to be defending quite well. And it's not going to be a silly mistake, this, is it? Bamford keeps losing it. Yep, it's keeping us on tenterhooks here. Scrambling it away, but Villa coming again. Oh God, looked like he dropped that in the net there. A shot from Gooch. It looked like Reuter dropped it in the net. Looked like he'd made the save. Let's have a look again. Grimes puts it to Gooch. Acres of space. First time shot. Yeah, parried against the post, but don't know. He really should have saved that, I think. So we're back to 1-1. Let's see if we can go and win the game. Let's go on control and flexible. So I had that game in the bag, although holding on to a 1-0 lead is not ideal. 5 shots on target. They've had 6 shots. They've had 20 shots in total to us. So 3 minutes of injury time. We're into the last minute. It looks like it could be another draw. Although we've got a highlight here. Is it the final highlight? I would think so, but Villa are breaking away. No, please not, please not. we've taken it off them, and it should be full time. Yep, full time. 1-1, so we've got two 1-1 draws. So the final stats are Villa 20 shots to our 8, 6 on target to our 5. We had more possession, but a draw, I would say, a fair reflection on the game. And Matt Grimes, believe it or not, was the player of the match. And that leaves us in 11th position. We're 1 point outside the top 6 and 3 off the automatic places. 2 wins, 4 draws and 1 defeat. We should have really had a few more wins rather than draws, but I'll take that for the first 7 games. And if you want to subscribe and find out what goes on in Leeds' quest to get back to the Premier League, if you've enjoyed this episode, leave a big thumbs up. Thank you for watching.